Our second recipient has led an extraordinary life of service and success while acting as a true innovator in the world of sports marketing. Founder of Host Communications, Jim Host.
Throughout the history of college sports media and marketing, no one has had a more profound effect than Jim Host. As a college student, Host's sport of choice was baseball, which he played at the University of Kentucky. He began his communications career working with UK Student Radio, broadcasting play-by-play for various high school and college sporting events. In 1972, Jim founded what is now known as Host Communications, acquiring the broadcasting rights to University of Kentucky basketball and football games. In 1975, he secured groundbreaking NCAA broadcasting rights, which led to a lucrative business relationship that spanned decades, and the development and implementation of the first collegiate corporate marketing programs in 1985. Host continued to revolutionize the college sports business landscape by creating the NCAA Corporate Partner Program, transforming the way universities utilize media naming rights, marketing, entertainment, and fan engagement.
Please join me in recognizing the recipient of the 2018 John Bunn Lifetime Achievement Award, Jim Host.
Thank you to Coach Redden, the co-recipient this year. My career pales in comparison. But my love of basketball started in junior high when I was the biggest of anyone that played. I never grew anymore. I was a great shooter. But when I got to high school, I didn't make the team because although I could shoot better than anybody, I couldn't run and I couldn't jump. So you can't play this game without being able to do those. I began with the NCAA in 1974. I began with the Hall of Fame Board of Trustees at the request of Dave Gavitt in 1984. Joe O'Brien had just taken over. Lee Williams was stepping aside after 17 years of starting the Hall of Fame as its executive director. And on the board at that point were people like John McLendon, Big House Gaines, Wayne Embry, Pat Summitt, and I used to sit beside Dean Smith. Let me say something, however, that has not been said at any of these events in the time I've been here. People do not understand, all of you that are Hall of Famers, about what the people of Springfield have meant to this Hall of Fame. The people of Springfield have kept this Hall of Fame alive in the early years. People like Jim Vinnick, Joe LaBella, who loaned this Hall of Fame money when it didn't have money. George Dickerman, who kept it going with Spalding and gave us John DeLeva. John DeLeva came from Spalding. And think about the people that have met the Hall of Famers at the plane. The firefighters, the policemen, the working people of Springfield. Thank you so much for all you do to help make this Hall of Fame and this event successful. I began with the NCAA in 1974. Walter Byers gave me my first opportunity. I worked side by side with Tom Jernstedt for 38 years. But there were people that I met and developed a lifetime relationship with Dave Gavitt and C.M. Newton, two people who won this John Bunn Award. That's why it means so much to me. This hall is so special because it involves all aspects of the game. National Federation of High Schools, the coaches of the game, the great players of the game. But let me also say this. We would not have a hall and we would not have the great players we have if the NBA hadn't been taken over by David Stern and David Stern to have done the job that he did for the 30 years he ran the NBA. And to Russ Granick and to Adam Silver and to Mark Tatum, thank you for the job you continue to do. And for USA Basketball, now basketball's 3-on-3 is an Olympic sport. Manny Jackson, to the job you've done in rescuing the Globetrotters and making the Globetrotters relevant again, and your Human Spirit Award. But this hall was totally, completely saved. I was on the board since 1984, and we were struggling. And 3 years before this hall was going to be opened or thought about, we had an offer to move the hall to Orlando, and Dave Gavitt said, we are not going to move it away from the birthplace of the game. And the board voted not to go to Orlando, to accept Disney's request, but to keep the game here where it belongs, the birthplace of the game. Congratulations to Andy Bernstein, who is winning a great Kurt Gowdy Media Award for photography. And to one of the best play-by-play people, I know a little bit about that because I hired a lot of them, one of the best play-by-play people I've ever heard, Doris Burke. There are Lexington people here tonight that I deeply appreciate. JMI, Coach Cal, thank you for coming. My daughter Elizabeth, my grandson Clark, Pat's and my daughter Tiffany, but I could not have made it all these years without the greatest single individual I ever met in my life, and that's my wife, Pat. Many of you don't think this game is accepted by everybody at every level. Everybody's been watching the Supreme Court hearings, I'm sure. Do you know that there was a pickup game last night on the top floor of the Supreme Court, led by a guy who was a walk-on from Kentucky in 1975, Jim Duff, who is head of the court system for the U.S., for the Chief Justice. And they think about basketball there when they need to have relief from some of the other things that are going on. This game is played everywhere in the U.S., every country. Basketball's built on garages in rural areas, to the streets and the hard service courts of New York, to every country in the world. What other game born in this country has gone all over the world? This is our game. This is a U.S. game. This is a worldwide game. But it wouldn't be possible without its birthplace being here and its founder, James Naismith. And I want all of you to meet somebody that nobody here probably knows is here. And he looks just like the founder of the game. It's a grandson of the founder of the game, Jim Naismith. Congratulations to all of the inductees, especially good friends Rick Welts and Rod Thorne, and congratulations to Lefty Driesell, one of the great coaches in the history of the college game. I am humbled to be part of this weekend. Thank you.